Hey folks, so you ever feel like you're doing everything right? You got a decent job, bills are paid, you saved up a little, but then you still feel stuck, like you're not really going anywhere. It's like you're running on a treadmill while everyone else is sprinting ahead. It's like you're the one at the end of a class when you haven't turned in your test yet and everyone else turned theirs in. Well, you're not imagining it. Most likely it's middle class habits. Habits that seem smart are actually keeping you trapped in the rat race. So let's talk about it and how to break free. So I'm Ronald, and if you're new to my channel, I cover tech, productivity, and finance. By the way, most of you that are watching aren't subscribed, so do me a quick favor and hit that button. It really helps the channel and lets me keep making content like this for you. Habit number one, having one job. That used to be the dream, security, benefits, retirement plan. That's old school. It's not like that no more. Get that out of your mind. Relying on one income stream is like risky. I mean, you're one layoff away. Like, what happens? How many people do you know that's never been fired or laid off? Meanwhile, people that are building wealth, you might be completely oblivious to the multiple streams of income that they have. Side hustles, investments, businesses, royalties, all that add up. But they planned that. It's no accident. They're not just pretending that just one job is going to do everything for them. I mean, it's possible to just focus on one, but that's becoming less and less popular now. There's really no such thing as a permanent job. So just start small. Maybe just freelance something simple. Monetize a skill, create a small little business, and even just an extra $200 a month can change your mindset from surviving to just growing. All right, so habit number two, thinking your house is an investment. Now, don't get me wrong. It is in a way an investment if you got like a decent interest rate and you're at a decent location. But if you buy something just for the sake of buying a house and you could barely pay the mortgage, and it's not in a way where you're actually able to like keep money to invest because you're paying so much in interest, if the interest rate's really high, then that's just counterproductive. So don't get obsessed with having to get a house if all the other variables are not right, meaning like low interest rate, the price that you have is decent, and in a few years, you know reasonably that it's going to increase in value. If that's not the case, then why push yourself just to say that you have a house? But if you're able to like save up for a house and then it is going to increase in property value, or you buy one that you could rent out and you are cash flowing, then that makes sense. Otherwise, just hold off on it. Habit number three, saving without investing. I kind of wish people stop using like the word saving and just focus on just using the word investing, which means to make your money grow. It's ridiculous to put your money in a bank and have it just be sitting there where you're hardly getting any interest on it. That's how banks are now. If you want to be a little bit more bolder, then go ahead and put some money in an index fund. And that's essentially a stock market, but it's like the top performing companies in the country. And while it goes up and down over history, over the years, it generally keeps growing. And that's something you should just do. If there's anything that you do at all, you should put your money in an index fund. Another habit that keeps you running the rat race is spending to look successful. Just trying to get the fancy stuff just so you can look good for other people. Don't do it. Whether it's like a luxury car that you're leasing or buying, designer clothes, expensive gadgets. Like the most important things really in life is like your health and like the basics to have some simple entertainment and some good dining. And after that, you really don't need that much. If you're at a point where you have like so much money invested that the interest is already supporting your lifestyle, then fine, you can start splurging a little bit more. But if you're on your way to that point, there's no need to try to show off. Nobody really cares. If anything, you'll probably get jealous enemies. By the way, let me know in the comments which one of these habits that I've mentioned so far have you seen people do, or if you're doing them yourself. Habit number 5 that's keeping you running the rat race is to avoid financial education, not being really financially literate. At least for me, in school, they didn't really teach how money worked. At home, that wasn't really talked about. And that's a really common thing. If you learned about it at school, and I'm talking about like elementary and high school, obviously not if you're studying finance. But like elementary and high school and at home, if you learned about investing, then you're the minority. But it's never too late. So do that now, especially with the internet, with Alexa. Alexa, volume 6. Watch this. Alexa, what's an index fund?
An index fund is a type of investment that tracks the performance of a specific market index, like the S&P 500. It aims to replicate the returns of that index by investing in the same securities it contains.
Alexa, stop. Okay. And there's AI also. You get the point. I mean, there's like so much now, so you really have no excuse to not figure out how money works so that you could be better at handling your money. Habit number 6, living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Like, you know how much money you make. You know how much you're probably spending. And you know that feeling inside when you're like, I know I'm going to be a little bit in debt because of this, but I want to do this. It's like a drug. You got to try to be able to get that under control. And the best way to address that is to have it automated where money's taken out of your account as soon as you get paid and it's invested. Then separate your money for you so that you have like an emergency fund, and then also for your bills and then your entertainment. Really, that's it. Doesn't have to be much more complicated than that. But if you try to ignore it and then you just keep letting your credit card debt get higher, then you're kind of asking for it. And that's going to hold you back, no matter how much money you're making. If you're making $1 million a year and you're spending $1.2 million, okay, you're still, you get the point. Habit number 7, treating debt like it's normal, which is related to just what I was talking about right now, like overspending and going in debt. The worst part is that when it becomes normal to you and you're becoming immune to it, like you don't really feel guilty about it. If that is, then that's something you definitely need to address, because it's not normal. I mean, it's very common that a lot of people are in debt, but it doesn't mean that it's normal. And that's definitely going to hold you back. And the last habit, at least for this video, that's keeping you from growing your wealth is the mental mindset of not thinking like an owner. Most people are consumers. They scroll, they buy, they watch, but wealthy people, they own. They own businesses, they own stocks, they own content that provides them royalties. They have real estate. Middle class thinking says work in the system. Wealthy thinking says own part of the system. You don't need a startup. You just need to start. Write a book, build a brand, create a product. Ownership equals leverage, and leverage builds freedom. Look, it's not your fault. These habits were taught to us, reinforced by school, media, even family. But now, you know better. So you don't have to change your life overnight. Just shift 1% at a time. Every smart move you make brings you one step closer to freedom. Escape that rat race, not by running faster, but by changing the game. If this video helped you out, check out this video too. And drop a comment. Let me know which of these habits you're going to be trying to break first. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.